Yeah, left hand, right hand combination. Never easy for more experienced and illustrious bowlers. And then Pranav. So he'll have to make the quick adjustment. He's got a slip in place. That's good on the skipper to allow them that opportunity to pick up a wicket. We've already seen he's pushed one through that went away with the arm. See if he can threaten the outside edge. This has been smashed. Watch out, it's over the comm box.
And into the food cart. That's marked up right outside the field. A close one there, Shah.
It was very close. I lost the ball for a minute. I saw it coming our way and then I lost it. Probably went up above in his flight.
Nice looking stroke indeed from the young man. Got under the ball, kept his head still. And you can see both of us there just trying to duck for cover. Ensure that we're safe.
Hear it? He's into the bowling attack now. Vivek is taking strike. Good use of the wrist. Sweeper will come around. Just a couple of runs to Vivek.
Yeah, flicked uppishly in the air, but safe at that. Still within the power play. Only two fielders outside.
This time on the other side of the ground. This is a better connection. And the result is even better.
He's batting well here. There's Vivek. Nice uppish drive through the offside. Never an easy shot to play that. Executed well and also placed it well in terms of not having any potential chances of being caught or dismissed.
Gaining some momentum is Atlanta Force. This was short. Wicketkeeper standing up. Oh, that short boundary is very, very relentless for the fielders. And just a little fumble. And another boundary. So this over is turning out to be a real good one. 12 of it so far.
Yeah, and some nice strokes being played as well by the youngster. That was a bit too short and he quickly got into position. And just a bit of a hiccup in the field. Was not able to pick it up cleanly. And short boundary being to his demise for 4. Flicked away nicely, full on onto the pads. What I like about what we're seeing here from Vivek is that he's playing proper cricket in strokes and still being aggressive at the same time. Just a reminder to all of those youngsters looking on and those interested in playing the game of cricket. T20 is associated with a lot of aggression and a lot of power hitting for boundaries, 4s and 6s, but you can also play with the same technical nature as that of a test player and be effective in the shorter format where required.
There's plenty of movement of the fielders. Long time between the deliveries. Adjusting the field to the right-hander. Nicely dabbed away for a single.
Flicked nicely.
Played. Ducking for cover. Keshav, I trusted on your skills. Are you okay?
Yes.
Oh,
I had to just reach up my hand to stop it.
It was coming straight to me. I got the hand up, but then you got in the way. Thank you for your help.
No problem at all. Most importantly, we had to make sure the equipment is safe.
Yeah, this is an incredible angle. This all day long we've been sitting here, but this is the first one that came straight to us. Production crew, we needed some protection. We need a glass protection in front of us. These boys are hitting it very hard these days.
Yes, indeed. And that's the first delivery over the 3 days of cricket we have had here thus far that has come directly under the tent. So thankfully no injury.
I don't know if you got the replay for that or not. We'll have a look.
Let's hope not, so that they won't see my fielding skills.
The runs have come though in the last over. As we watch Aryan coming into the attack. Vivek is batting on 22. Chenchu on strike. Shot straight in the direction of the fielder, buzzed through his hands. A 6.
Relatively easy catch to be taken, given the fact that it was hit straight towards him. It didn't have to move much, and also at a very comfortable catching height, just around that head and shoulder region. But maybe he was hit with a bit too much pace, and unfortunately bursting through his hands, and I believe he went all the way for 6.
He couldn't judge the pace on the ball. Came too quick to him. This is a gorgeous stroke. Good ground coverage. Excellent work there. This is much better effort in the field. But yeah, the innings is gaining some momentum now. 44 for 2. Into the 6th over.
He's looking good, Vivek Kanumari. Playing some really excellent strokes. Seems to be a very composed batter. Nice balance and poise.
Too short yet again. This time just the single. Aryan has been too short in this over. Got to get that length up. Again, very strong hit onto the onside. Another boundary. Well, Atlanta Force are showing some force now with these two, Vivek and Chenchu. This time it's the right-hander who got. This time the length was right, but too much time for Chenchu to get underneath it. And that fielder at square leg has been chasing the ball left, right, and center. Mainly just picking up outside the fence and retrieving the ball.
Yeah, it definitely seems to be a hotspot area for scoring for the Atlanta Force. Good feeding effort there. Let's keep the batsman to a single. That's a better looking delivery. Nice flight and loop. What I like about his action is that he's not afraid to flight the ball and go up in the air. Especially for a youngster, it's good to encourage that, because you could always hone that skill and master and perfect it, rather than just simply bowl flat. At the end of 6 overs, the power play completed, 51 for 2.
Pretty wide. 𝗃𝗶𝗱𝗲𝗃 into the bowling crease.
That's a better delivery. Closer to the line of the stumps. Much quicker delivery on that occasion. It's angling into the pads and flicked away for a comfortable single. So in fact, we're seeing some sensible batting from these youngsters, which is very good.
Yeah, the early nerves have really clearly given way now, and they're expressing themselves. Has been some loose bowling around, but to their advantage, they took full toll of it, and that's why you see that run rate is propelled into the 7th over and scoring well in excess of 8. Into the gap, but just a single.
I really like the look of Aaron Chenchu.
He's a very good bat. There you go. Well, this is a typical commentator's curse. Has struck. How about that, Keshav? Welcome to the club.
I was now going to commend his stroke play and his ability to maneuver the ball into the gaps, as we have seen from the previous shots that he made. Unfortunately, the commentator's curse coming true on this occasion. I do apologize, Aaron, and to those of his supporters looking on. But unfortunately, that ball into the air and a comfortable catch taken. So the 3rd wicket has to fall.
He just was looking to use his wrist, probably didn't get the length. That's why he tried to do it in a helicopter fashion, or probably not strong enough. And also that wind is very strong. Into the wind, it was dying along the way to the fielder. Nicely judged there. And Chenchu will have to walk back for 22, forced 54 for 3 now. 𝗃𝗺𝗽, the skipper, has made the breakthrough.
Flighted delivery, strike him on the pad, but no appeal from anyone. Hits him well outside the off stump.
The shot number would suggest it's Syed Askari into the middle. We had a brief chance to have a look at him yesterday. The wicketkeeper has fluffed his lines, but good finish to the over from Behera. 7 gone, 54 for 3.
Flighted into the pads and swept away nicely from Vivek.
Aryan went for 14 in the first over. The ball is being smashed around in the adjoining field. A very, very competitive game being played. That is between the Kingsmen and the Knight Riders. Just so Anwar Ali getting hit for a 6 of his last delivery of the over. We're slightly ahead of them. We're into the 8th over where they've just finished the 7th. Have to wait for the umpire's signal. For the second time, the wicketkeeper has given the chase. This time on the opposite side of the ground. No signal from the umpire.
Wicketkeeper having a lot more running to do than usual while out in the field.
Well kept. Must have got something along the way. The umpire was reluctant to call it wide despite the protest from the batter.
And the batsman is still wondering. He's still asking, in fact. I think this is a teaching moment for the youngster. The umpire is unmoved, unfazed, and you have to respect his decision.
Well, he takes out his anger on the bowler. And it nearly hit the players in the dugout on the opposite side. Wow, what a strike that was. Aryan has been giving plenty of air to the ball. And this time, he was deposited way over the fence.
Syed Askari, new to the crease, but picking up where Chenchu left off. And that's a beautiful stroke. Always encourage young cricketers to hit straight and hard. It's the safest place off the ground to get your run scored.
And again, there is a chance taken. One too many attempts to clear the fence, although it was on the short boundary, but this time couldn't clear the man. And Askari departs.
Yeah, notably there, he hit that one not straight, but just wide. In fact, it went to the fielder long off quite easily. Didn't really have to move too much from where he was stationed. Advanced down the wicket, but from the moment he hit the ball, you could see that he didn't get the connection he desired. Sliced it, in fact, skied up into the air, and leads to the fall of the 4th wicket. 63 for 4 and 7.5. So Aryan getting his first wicket, a reward for continuous flight. I think that wicket was a testament to what flight can do. Just cause the batsman to be off balance and trying to be too aggressive. And how many times, Shah, have you seen in cricket where a six is followed by a wicket?
Yeah, quite often these days. The old days, the mantra used to be like rotate the strike after hitting a boundary. These days, if you hit a six, try and hit another one. 8 gone, 63 for 4.
News. It's a nice delivery on the line of the stumps. No real movement from the batsman.
Oh, was there an edge? Can't really tell. Did hear something.
Played nicely into the offside. It's opening the face at the last minute of that shot. And an easy single. You can hear the skipper continuously just marshalling his troops, every delivery ensuring that he repeats quickly for everyone to get to their spot.
Non-striker was reluctant to leave, but in the end gets in comfortably.
A bit of toying with the batsman there, seeing that he was leaving his crease too early.
Plenty of turn.
And that's a peach of a delivery. Flight, turn, squaring the batsman, all ends up. Aryan continuing into his third over.
Aryan, his bowling so far has presented a bigger challenge to the fielders, his own teammates. That one really was smashed again, and it seems that the ball is traveling so quickly. Even these youngsters, they have so much power. Viraj Waghela has been part of the roster of Atlanta Fire Still very young, very talented cricketer. Gets off the mark.
The Atlanta Force can easily be a youth academy team in line looking to reach up to that Atlanta Fire senior team stage.
Absolutely. More work in the deep. Good work in the deep. Excellent return as well.
And good rotation of the strike. Aryan continuing to fly it without fear. And it's a good stop from him. I think he's doing well despite the fact that all of the batsmen are trying to attack him. It's a perfect learning experience, so he'll know what to repeat and what not to do.
One carry to the fielder in the deep, just a single. That will close out, or just one delivery to go. Almost reaching the halfway stage, 70 for 4. Evenly poised the game. Vivek 29. He's batted really nicely. Chance. Oh, was that on the bounce?
Yeah, definitely seems to be just short of the fielder. Diving attempt. And we've heard some spectators bowling. How's that in support of these youngsters? That's a nicely lined delivery. Turned a bit too much. But in fact, the turn probably helped the batsman mistime the ball, and yeah, didn't really appeal for the catch. So I think by the fielder's own reaction, seems to be a ground ball. 70 for 4 after 10. Excellent catch taken. Ritwick strikes. Hit powerfully, but straight to the fielder. And another one has to go. Captain Ritwick striking. And hit it, taking the catch. That short cover position. The ball just stood up in the pitch. In fact, it was there to be hit, but never easy dismissal for a batsman to be out in that manner.
Very, very good catch. His fingers pointing up. It was a firm blow. Half the side are back now for Atlanta Fire. There's 70 for 5.
Ritwick 2 for 6 in 2.1. Leading from the front is the skipper for the Raiders Demons. That's a nice delivery as well, and you can see a belated appeal there from the keeper. These youngsters are having some fun as well. Good to see.
Did that ball lodge in the pad? They need to know that this is dead ball as soon as it happens, so no action will count after that. Coaches, have a look of that replay and make a note of it. Yeah, every time the ball lodges into the flap of the pad, as soon as it happens, the ball will be dead. So even if there was a nick on or anything, if the batter is out of his ground, it's still dead ball immediately. Good spell from Ritwick. It's Bowled with good control, good loop. Quiveck reorganizing his gear.
Flighted again and hit 𝗿𝗺 into the offside, but safe enough. And you see contrasting styles from the two off spinners in operation at the moment, both 𝗬𝗏𝗧 and Ardian. 𝗬𝗏𝗧 a bit quicker through the air, getting a lot more pitches off the surface. Ardian is flighting the ball more constantly, and he is getting turn as well, but slower through the air. So two different aspects for the batsman to adjust to on either end.
Well bowled and well called. Quiveck called early. Not the ideal way, the way 𝗬𝗏𝗧 put his foot down, tried to stop the ball. Really be an ankle breaker.
Yeah, definitely don't want to see any untoward injuries for any of these players, young or old. Thanks to the sponsors, there's in fact a therapist on site at the ground who's helping players with any little niggles and injuries that they might have. The end of 11 overs, 73 for 5. Change in bowling. Pranav resumes his spell. So it looks like it's going to be off spin in operation from both ends. Even though the bowler has changed, the style of bowling remains the same. Pranav taller than Aryan, so he would get a bit more bounce once he pitches in the right areas. Interested to see if they have any left-arm bowlers in their lineup. It's played nicely. The ball turned sharply and he was up in the air off of his feet and tucked it away. Very stylish looking shot just for a single, but shows good understanding from the batsman, putting the ball on its merit and watching the ball until it reaches the bat. Vivek has played that sweep shot quite a number of times. Seems to be one of his favorite, especially to the spinners.
Yeah, he's batting on 31 now. Better than a run a ball. He's seen his partners come and go from the other end.
I think at this stage for a youngster, you're on 31. They're about 8 overs after this delivery. Can try to get a 50, which would do a lot for his team and for his own personal experience. 12 gone, 75 for 5.
Last 8 overs to go. Vivek should eye his own 50 from here. We see some wrist spin. Nice flighted delivery from Abhimanyu. We saw him bowled with good control yesterday.
Yeah, he did have good control, the young leg spinner. It's never an easy art holding that wrist spin, whether right or left-handed. Need to be very, very precise with when you release the ball. Also the angles at which that ball is released. Subtle differences between a leg break, googly, flipper, top spinner. Slip in play now as well. Flighted nicely, but again just a bit too short. Batsman had enough time to play that shot. Might be encouraged to just go maybe a step further. The same type of delivery. Encourage the batsman to come forward and see if you can draw him out of the crease or play a mistimed shot.
He's slightly back of a length, but not really long hop for the batter to attempt that pull shot. So reasonable control. Remember, leg spin is a very, very difficult art, especially at this young age, early days. It takes a lot to master the art and get that perfection in terms of your line and length and variations. This is short, but field is well set. Vivek has shown slight signs of wearing down a little bit. I know he's pretty young and the weather is pretty nice, but we haven't seen that last phase of his innings. None of his well-timed strokes that he was playing earlier in his innings.
Yeah, and just as you mentioned, the leg spinning abilities, sure these youngsters should use this opportunity to gain any knowledge and experience from the wealth of talent on display. We know that the former international cricketer Danish Canaria is involved with one of those teams, and I'm sure he'd be more than willing to assist these youngsters with any tips he may have.
Felt like it was in the hitting arc. This is what Vivek thought, but like I said, his timing has deserted him. 13 gone. Atlanta Force 80 for 5.
Pranav into his fourth and final over of his spell. Miscommunication. It looks for a run out, but I think if he didn't hesitate on the first instance, then he would have gotten it.
Yeah, it'll be interesting replay. I think he had the first opportunity, the batter was out, but I don't know why he hesitated, or did he miss the stumps? Closer look will let us know. It was a good bounce for the fielder and nice composed throw. Look at that. Oh, he was far away from the stumps and he just stopped halfway.
I'm wondering if he stopped because he was in two minds whether to just release the ball or keep it in his hand. But if he went with the full motion and touched the base, he would have surely been out. Full and wide signal by the umpire.
Just a single. Vivek. 34. Straight hit, straight into the hands of the fielder. He had to be mindful of the rope just behind him, but with the fingers pointing up in the Aussie way, he's taken a good catch. And yet another wicket has fallen.
Pranav again getting a breakthrough. Hit uppishly in the air and straight down the throat of the fielder. Did not have to move. 𝗂𝗏𝗃𝗃 taking that comfortable catch in the end. It's good to see that the youngsters are taking their catches. Only one drop that we saw on the boundary, but that was hit very, very powerfully, so understandably so.
𝗬𝗏𝗽 is the new man in, probably the most experienced of the cricketers of this Atlanta Force lineup. Wicketkeeper has once again decided to give the chase himself. There's no one nearby, so he would have to do the hard yards. 3 runs to 𝗬𝗏𝗽. Big shout, still appealing. The batter was almost walking off. I felt like it. He walked to the side of the pitch, but umpire said no, the over has come to a close. 85 for 6.
Good start again there from Abhimani. 6 overs left in the innings after 5 overs and 5 deliveries, and the run rate at the moment is exactly 6. Atlanta Force probably looking to get up to a total of around 120. And this is hit into the air, but just out of the reach of the fielder, who was trying to retrieve it. And they live to survive another delivery.
Yeah, Abhimani, when he lands it in the right area, it's very difficult to get away. Can't really say a chance. It was away from the fielder. Straight to the sweeper in the deep. Really interested to see if Vivek get to his 50. Plenty of time left for him. It's just that he needs a boundary at this stage of his innings. 𝗬𝗡 has no problem clearing the straight field. It went right back into the bushes. Probably there will be a ball hunt. Very sweet connection.
Yeah, excellent shot there from the youngster. Getting a boundary. Lofted into the air. And easily over. Umpire in fact raised his left hand even before the ball even crossed the rope, and then completed the right hand raise for the signal of 6.
And cleverly enough, they've asked for the new ball already. Once it goes that far on that end of the ground, it's very difficult for the ball to come back. So they're choosing the right ball for this age of the innings into the 15th over. I'm pretty sure they'll have plenty of balls that lasted that long, because quite a few of the games finished in time, the early rounds. Abhimani. Let's see what he's got for 𝗬𝗡. Shot and taken. What a brilliant catch. Take that. This was flying to his left, and it was brilliantly taken. Is it Shivani, shirt number 7, would suggest? Or is it shirt number 1? Raymond Dar is a brilliant fielder, we know that.
What an acrobatic attempt from the youngster. Diving away sharply. And again, the extra turn being the undoing as the ball was hit 𝗿𝗺. But really, really a good catch. And he already took one previously in that same position. Raymond Dar it is. Excellent fielder, as you said. 93 for 7. And 14.5 overs. Let's see how the rest of this innings will play out. Whether the 3 wickets will be going in quick succession, or whether the batsman will bat the remaining 5 overs.
Really look to bat out the overs now. Give some support to Vivek. One delivery to go into the 15th over. And again, is that man once again, or is it the skipper this time? Well, the catching generally has been very, very good.
One thing for certain is that this Raiders Demons team have been excellent in the field. Apart from the one drop catch which we mentioned was hit very powerfully, they have taken all of the other catches on offer. They have been diving around, stopping the ball, and this is also a similar feat. Leg spinner using that flight, batsman driving 𝗿𝗺, and again the ball going low down to the fielder. 8th wicket falls. Abhimani would be on a hat-trick when he resumes his 3rd over, and rightfully I'm sure the skipper would give him that opportunity after the 16th. Looks like Aryan is going to come back into the attack.
In the hat over there.
Played into the offside for a single. I think at this stage they want to get up to that 100 mark and see if they can at least put that mental stigma into the minds of the opposition. 100 runs is certainly able to defend. And that's a wide delivery there from Aryan.
It's time for the local train to go past here. 𝗵𝗺 Sports Complex. You've noticed since we've been here this time of the day. It's not a passenger train, by the way, it's just a carriage train.
I must say that's the first time I've seen a train since I've been here. So all a welcome addition.
Chance and gone. Quick bit of work behind the stumps. That was really tidy bit of work from Tanaf. And this was a very well bowled delivery from Arnab. He's got yet another wicket and now 9 down. The Atlanta Force at one stage were looking good for plenty more. But now they're really struggling to even post the 100.
Good wicket there from Aryan. Again, consistently using that flight, batsman chipping forward and playing a wild shot, and that ball actually going in between the bat and the pad. Keeper comfortable take and dismissal in the end. So good breakthrough again from the young man. Glad to see him persisting with that flight and not being dismayed by the couple of blows that he would have received early in the spell. Comes back to finish nicely. 2 wickets and just 3 deliveries remaining. Let's see if he can finish off this innings for the Raiders Demons.
Akhil Posa is the new man in. Akhil has already been any number 11 will be proud of that stroke. Just a flick of the wrist, getting the ball away from the bowler. Nice
Stylish.
play. Yeah, absolutely. Looking to come back for the second. No, they decide against it. A direct hit. Ooh, they've been on fire in the field, Keshav.
Yeah, they definitely have. The power of youth. Very active.
Yeah, absolutely. Good to see the energy. It's been a really enjoyable contest so far. Plenty of good skills with the bat, with the ball and in the field. But more than that, the enthusiasm and the energy of youth, it can really be felt. Aryan's spell has come to an end. 2 for 31, his work for the day. 16 gone, 97 for 9. Four overs to go. Last wicket standing.
Abhimani on a hat trick. In the air, down to the fielder, long on. and takes it quite comfortably in the end.
That's the second hat trick of the day on this field.
And in the same exact manner, Shah, 2 wickets of the last 2 deliveries of the previous over, and then the first delivery of the next over from that same bowler striking with a wicket.
Third wicket for Abhimane, and Atlanta Force are all out. It's been a very enjoyable contest between the youths from 2 teams, and we've seen some good skills on display, but in the end Atlanta Force capitulated to 97 all out inside 17 overs. Wickets for Abhimane, 3 of them, he was the pick. We'll take a short break now and we'll come back with the run chase in just about 15 minutes. Don't go
And we're back here at the 𝗵𝗺𝗃 Sports Complex, live, coming to you directly in match number 2 of day 3 in the group stages of the Atlanta Open T20 2024 edition. This encounter between the Atlanta Force and the Raiders Demons. Atlanta Force taking first strike and bowled out for 97. Raiders Demons only 98 to win. Opening bowler for the Atlanta Force, 𝗂𝗃𝗄𝗃, and the opening batsman, Abhinav and Rehman. So excellent fielding attempt from the Raiders Demons when they had their turn in the outfield. Some great catches, at least all of their catches were taken by one, but great effort from the youngsters and showing their commitment in the field. Guided into the offside for no run. Interesting to see how these players would go about this run chase, whether they would take their time, knowing that it's just under 5 runs per over at the start of the innings required for victory, or whether they might want to experiment and try to go aggressively. Ready to see all of the action unfolding here. Slower delivery, took some pace off of that ball and deceived the batsman. Two fielders outside the circle in this power play. Long off for the left-hander, as well as a fielder on the deep mid-wicket boundary. I'll be just catering for in case the fast bowler drops short. All pitches too full. It's a quick single he called for. Attempt at a direct hit, but doesn't hit the stumps. Batsman was very confident. He played the ball and immediately took off for the single, so ensuring that both he and his partner have the same level of communication and understanding with running between the wickets. And you can just see there the umpire having a word with the bowler, possibly about the follow through onto the pitch. Appeal for call behind from 𝗂𝗃𝗄𝗃. And the umpire does not give any sort of positive reaction. Instead, he just points at the pitch, I believe, where he signaled to 𝗂𝗃𝗄𝗃 that he may have been running on. Yes, his natural angle was tending to go in the direction. And you can see the bowler just extending his apologies for running a bit too closely onto the pitch. Better line delivery on that occasion. First over complete, 1 without loss. New bowler for the Atlanta Force, Parth Patel. Introduction of spin very early in the innings. It's the second over. And quick running between the wickets from the batsman. Nice double. I'd like to also just mention the sponsors who, without their input, most valuable at that, this Atlanta Open would not have been possible. Sponsors of Top Dollar Amusement, Great Care Family Dentistry, Tarek Real Estate, Eastside Pediatrics, HRA, First Option Mortgage, AAUS Mortgage, Rahim Investment Management Group, and Lines. I'd like to welcome back alongside me in the commentary booth, the legendary Shah coming out of Pakistan.
Thank you very much, Keshav. Good afternoon. Beautiful afternoon, turning into a gorgeous evening here at the Paramveer Sports Complex. The requirement is 94 more runs for the Raider Demons, and gotten off to a slow start, quiet start I should say. Missed out on that, you would feel. Raymond Dar had a low dipping full toss, couldn't put it away.
Very flat delivery there, almost medium pace like. And single for the batsman, good return from the fielder, restricting them.
Good opportunities for these youngsters as well with the bat now. They really excelled in the field, I have to say. The Raiders Demons. This one has found the gap despite the best efforts of the fielder and just trickles into the fence for a boundary.
Got away for 4 from the left-handed batsman, and due to the angle at which the ball was going, it just spun away from that fielder at point, diving to his right. And first boundary of the innings for the Raiders Demons.
Vivek Kanamari, who was man with the gloves yesterday, is in the outfield now. Aaron Chenchu is the wicketkeeper. These two incidentally were the top 2 scorers for the Atlanta Force. They forged a good partnership in the middle, but either side of that partnership there was very little for the Atlanta Force. That's the reason they couldn't even get up to 100.
Yeah, sub-par total from the Atlanta Force, but also full respect to the fielding effort and bowling effort of the Raiders Demons.
It's gone straight up and taken. Looks like it's Rishi Pandey. He's a very good fieldsman, and this is the first wicket for the Atlanta Force, and they've got rid of Raymond Dar.
Yeah, Akil into his second over, saw him warming up very intensely prior to this bowling innings, and gets just reward on this occasion. A slower delivery again being the undoing of the batsman. Lofted it into the air, no sort of timing, and comfortable catch in the end. First wicket goes 9 for 1.
𝗬𝗪 is the new batter in. Left-handed 𝗬𝗪. Just figuring out which way the breeze is blowing. Important piece of knowledge, both batters and bowlers.
Just opening the face on that delivery and running it down to the field at deep third for a single. So as we note that there's also international test cricket going on. A wonderful test match between England and Pakistan at this moment.
Wonderful? What are you talking about?
Wonderful for
don't
the game itself, you know, in terms of the amount of runs we have been seeing scored from both teams.
I don't even know what you're talking about. I've got a short memory. I was watching it overnight, but I forgot everything.
Feel free to tune in at 1 a.m. and your memory will be revived.
I may still do, you know.
Yeah, I think the match is certainly shaping up for a very exciting climax, and we hope that there will be a result.
There definitely will be a result, depending on which side of the fence you are. If you're an English fan, you would love the result. If you're a Pakistani fan, you already know the dreaded outcome.
Definitely, but I would say as a neutral fan of just test cricket, I love to see when batsmen can apply themselves, and I mean, Joe Root is just such class, you know. Granted, Pakistan has a lot of class in their lineup as well. Baba Azam unfortunately not getting off in the couple of innings, but take nothing away from the talent and ability that all of those players have from both teams.
Yeah, on a serious note, it's been one phenomenal effort from the English team. The batting display of Harry Brook and Joe Root had been absolutely phenomenal. And I say what I say, but I stayed up and watched every bit of that, and I loved it. As a student of the game, you really love to see that. And the fact that England has come out of 2 or 3 degrees Celsius from the cold of UK to have come out in the heat of Multan, where the home team's batters, after scoring hundreds, they had fitness issues and cramps and all that. Harry Brook and Joe Root, they kept running the quick 2s and 3s right till the end of their innings. That's a testament to their great fitness and stamina. And obviously the skill is there. Everyone is aware of that, what kind of skill they possess.
And what was even more impressive with that innings from Harry Brook is that his strike rate was close to 100. He scored 327 of 300 and I believe 30 deliveries, so just on or about that figure.
Yeah, he was just about to run a ball, slightly less than that, but well over 90, 95. But they're redefining batting in test matches, a much needed change of culture in test cricket, because the way the cricket has evolved, T20 cricket, really the batters express themselves. So in test matches, when you get the opposition down, they've really come out with this. Well, they start hard from the beginning, but if they get the opposition down, they really go hard at them. So
I'm going to the outside with an excellent diving attempt to prevent any runs being scored, and that completes the third over, 12 for 1. And just as you mentioned, Harry Brook, 317 scored of 322 deliveries, 29 fours and 3 sixes, which is a testament to what you were saying, Shah, in terms of the amount of doubles, as in 2s and 3s, that the pair of Brook and Root would have run. Root, in contrast, 262 from 375 deliveries. So 2 opposite types of innings, but all in all, England reaching to that mammoth total of 823 for 7 declared. Pakistan, of course, in their first innings had some excellent performances from Abdullah Shafiq, getting 102 from 184. Shan Masood, the captain, 151 from 177. Saud Shakil, 82 from 177. And Salman Aga, 104 not out from 119.
You see a couple of figures that you read out from this Pakistan lineup. Skipper Shan Masood, he's also adamant on the fact that to be part of that revolution of test match batting, so his 150 came off almost 170 deliveries, give or take. So he was really up there with the strike rate, and Salman Ali Agha's 100 also, 104 not out of 119. So they are adapting to the modern day approach. Wrong end, the throws. Going to the bowling end.
We have seen in Test match cricket, Shah, that we know the concept Bazball has been thrown around and mainly associated with Brendan McCullum's style of play, and now that he's the coach of England in terms of the batting department, they have adopted that. But all the international teams, you have seen much more aggression in Test match cricket. In fact, all of the innovative shots are pulled out, the reverse sweeps, the paddles, even someone like Joe Root, who's such a technical and classic batsman, he uses all of those new shots, and he doesn't even play T20. So it just goes to show you the evolving nature of the game of cricket.
Yeah, I remember Joe Root played one of his famous reverse ramp in an Ashes test. The very first or second over of the day, and he went against Pat Cummins, and it took everyone by surprise. Ever since, it's part of his armory. Today he brought out one. I was lucky enough when I was covering a few games for Yorkshire in the English county season. Even at that level, he's not afraid. He get his eye in, and he's speaking to him. He just said it's like any other shot to me, just like a cover drive or a flick or a cut. If I feel like I've got the ball in the right area, I'll go for it.
And that's just utmost confidence from the batsman. Sometimes, however, you can see when batsmen like to play those shots more often than not, can lead to their demise in certain instances. Was punched along the ground for a single. An example I would refer you to, earlier this year there was a test match in Trinidad and Tobago between West Indies and South Africa, and a youngster from the West Indies, Alec Athanaz, very bright and promising young talent, loves to play the reverse sweep. In fact, he says after almost every training session he plays at least, I believe, between 100 to 200 reverse sweep shots alone. He was batting in that game. West Indies had a chance to get a result, and he was on or around between 70 and 80. Played a reverse sweep and got caught.
Yeah, there is a psyche to it, and there is a science to it as well. Especially, I heard Kevin Peterson say this a lot, and this is when he first introduced that switch hit against Scott Styris in one of the games in UK. And people asked him, like, were you not afraid that if you get it wrong, what will be the reaction of your coaches or your teammates? And he brought up a brilliant point. He said, if my teammates and my coaching and management staff watches me practice that shot day in, day out in all my training sessions, and after that, if I get it wrong, it's just like getting a cover drive wrong or getting a pull shot wrong. So that's the kind of understanding that within a group you need to have. So Athanasi, if he played that shot and got it wrong, I hope that he doesn't get slated off by the management or coaching staff, because if you see someone working on a particular shot, he's entitled to bring it out in the game. But someone just playing out of the blue and not having practice or trained for it, then there's a different point. You can argue with that.
Definitely agree. And after this delivery, I'll just add another element to that. As Parth Patel continues into his second over. Good direct hit from the fielder, but no extra run conceded. So in that specific game, there was a field change right before Keshav Maharaj had the ball, in fact. And there was no fielder at that position where the reverse sweep ought to have gone. Essentially, the field was changed right before that delivery. Maharaj tossed up the ball and essentially set the trap, which unfortunately led to his demise. But great point you made there in terms of if you are practicing the shot constantly. These days there are so many new shots added to the traditional cavalry. So by all means, batsmen have to be familiar and able to play all of the shots around the ground.
Absolutely, and Joe Root himself got one wrong in a series against India not too long ago. He got slated for that. But from the outsiders, within the group, nobody would object to Joe Root getting out like that because they know that it's one of his shots. And also talking about the aggressive nature of batters lately, we've saw an incredible test match in India where India only batted 52 overs in both innings combined and still was able to force a result because there was so much time lost due to rain.
Yeah,
Never heard of that before.
Likewise, truly a phenomenon. And this modern evolution of the game as that is cut through the gap between short third and point and speeds along the carpet of the boundary for 4 runs. Really lovely, lush green outfield here at the 𝗵𝗃𝗃 Sports Complex. And getting maximum reward for that shot. It was close onto the stumps and he backed away at the last minute and opened the face, but good execution.
That was an old-fashioned back cut. Typical grace and beauty of a left-hander when they execute it. And again, it's short. It's been pummeled into the deep. Set up. And Abhinav was in no mood to spare that.
6 more to Abhinav. Definitely the ball was there to be put away. And rightfully so. Executed that shot in the right manner, getting a boundary for his team, increasing the run rate in this over with those 2 boundaries, and now just tickles it behind the short fine leg for a single. So ensuring that the scoreboard is ticking over at the end of 5, 27 for 1. Through the slip and runs away to the boundary for 4 runs. Missed everyone that delivery.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of runs to defend, so they really have to be on top. 𝗀𝗀 is generally a very good wicket keeper.
I think it's really just the amount of turn that deceived everyone.
Yeah. He got blinded for a minute because that ball hit behind the body of the batter and turned from there. Really didn't give any chance to 𝗀𝗀. Abhinav is looking good. It's really a punchy player, 25 of 18. Good, tall, imposing figure despite being so young. And dropped. The reaction from the bowler would suggest that he'd got an edge on it.
𝗂𝗵𝗃 not pleased at all with that attempt from the keeper. See the reverse being attempted on the follow-up delivery with no connection. I mean, just speaking about batsmen practicing that shot frequently, I think he has to do a bit more of that shot in nets.
He didn't pick the right ball for it.
And that's a main factor, the judgment and the awareness, because many times batsmen premeditate that shot. No matter where the ball is pitched, you could see them going into that position prior to the delivery. That completes the power play. 6 overs gone, 31 for 1. Patel to continue. Well, in fact, it's going to be a changing bowling. Oh no, it is Parth Patel to continue. Just seen before that delivery, he's looking around to the skipper to confirm, and does get the nod. 2 overs to 20, so that's why skipper may have been wondering if to make a change at this stage, but persists with the right arm off spinner. Brilliant catch. Diving forward, low, one-handed, and gets it cleanly. Again, the uppish drives being the downfall of many of these batsmen in this encounter. You've seen that fielder at short cover in both innings be a very important figure, and no different in this case.
Yeah, very, very good catch. Seen good catches in similar position in the first innings as well. Was really low. Viraj Vaghela is a tall boy. He really had to get low to get that cleanly. He did it. It was firmly struck. It was travelling, but a very neat catch. And second wicket has fallen for the Raiders Demon as Atlanta Force celebrate. Still fighting hard to defend that small total. Coming, catch it. Busy boy Keshav. Retrieving the ball from one of the big sixes from Rakeem Cornwell. Yeah, we've been in the firing line, Keshav.
Yeah, getting a bit of those steps in for the day. Let's have to round my arm and test to see if it still works, instead of getting it aerial about the Yorker.
Nicely played. Good roll of the wrist. Hrithik Behera has shown good signs. He's a good cricketer. He's the skipper of this Raiders team. Really bowled nicely. He was good in the field as well.
Yeah, the encouragement from the fielders around, looking for another wicket. Small total to defend, so they have to get wickets if they want to win this game. Highly unlikely that they will bowl the entire 20 overs and the other team will not reach the target. Cut away nicely. Very well placed. And runs away for 4.
That is gloriously played. Abhinav has really showed sign of being how good a player he is. This one was not really that short and wide, but that bat speed was terrific. Have a look. He's slightly wide probably, but not short enough. But he really came down hard on it. Once again, good balance, good poise at the crease for Abhinav.
And that completes the 7th over, 36 for 2.
Never came off the wicket. Played too soon, 𝗃𝗵𝗃𝗃. Or Abhinav, I beg your pardon. It is actually 𝗃𝗵𝗃𝗃. It's the start of the new over. 2 deliveries already in. Has smashed. It was way too short, and 𝗃𝗵𝗃 could have hit it anywhere. It went way over the fence.
Yes, an excellent shot there indeed. Very powerful. That was 𝗃𝗵𝗃, the skipper, leading from the front. Did an excellent job with the ball, and now continuing same with the bat. Sure, he'd want to lead his team home to victory. Let's see if he can do it in fine style and play a flourishing innings at this stage.
Do apologize for the slight hiccup with the digital scoring at the moment. The score is 42. Now the shot, one-handed. Oh, look at this piece of running. This is very, very poor from the two youngsters. Very poor.
That should have definitely been a single. Yes, it went straight to the fielder, but look at the distance. The fielder was on the rope, and the non-striker, in fact, reached 3/4 way down the pitch.
Yeah, came close, shook the hands with the striker, and went back and still made it.
Too close for comfort to play that cut shot, and 8th over comes to an end. 42 for 2. Raiders Demons need 56 from 12 overs.
Nicely played. General standard of ground fielding has been pretty good from both sides.
All of the youngsters are very quick and alert, moving around like lightning.
Credit has to be given to those beautiful outfields as well. You really feel comfortable throwing yourself around, sliding around carpeted, lush green outfields here at Paramveer.
And that goes into another outfield on field 1. coming from field 2. A lusty blow. Another 6 set there for the Raiders Demons. And I'm sure they'll be confident to go forward, achieving this target with that sort of stroke play.
Clean strike. A magnificent bat swing. Really free-flowing follow-through as well. That is very, very good strike. 𝗏𝗂𝗃𝗂𝗃 opens his shoulders. He's looked good, like I said. Just at times have been guilty of trying to hit the ball too hard. 9 overs done. The Raiders 49 for 2. Been brought up. The progress has been slow. They're pretty much up with the required run rate. Now the 48 needed. Probably they're slightly ahead of the required run rate. It's a very good exercise for these youngsters on both sides to share this huge stage. In the air, fielder's lining it up over his head. It went straight in that direction. But again, it will be hit with the wind. It was short though, asking for trouble. The bowler can't complain. Have a look at that. Yep.
Definitely. Just stepping back on a cross and pummeling that ball over the ropes. You were right on cue when you stated that the skipper is certainly gonna play all of his shots here and see if he can finish this in fine fashion. Cut away through the offside and speeds away to the boundary. There was a fielder at deep cover, but due to the timing of the shot and the placement, unable to get anything onto it. And 4 more runs added to the total. 𝗏𝗃𝗃 on fire.
Yeah. 𝗏𝗏 this time is not a really bad ball, but great batting. He gave himself some room, left all his stumps wide open, but was able to make a good connection, and the placement was good too. No chance for the fielder there. Little knockdown from 𝗏𝗏 won't be good enough to prevent a single. All of a sudden, the Raiders have gone up to 61 at the halfway stage, requiring another 37. Rishi Pandey into the attack. Skipper for the Atlanta Force. Really unlucky to get out very early in the piece. It was right kind of platform for him to showcase his skills. He's a very good batter as well. Handy wrist spinner. Good start from him. Took up the challenge to bowl to two set batters, Hrithwik and Abhinav. Straight down the ground. Akhil Posa covers the ground quickly. That required run rate is now 3.79. Really not an issue throughout this innings for the Raiders.
Stroked along the ground nicely for a single. The batsmen are just looking to tick the scoreboard over, put away the bad deliveries. 35 required by all means. Sensible approach from the pair at the crease. Abhinav still there on 32 from 28 and Hrithwik 25 from 20. So both batsmen scoring above that runner ball strike rate. And flighted, a slog sleep shot executed to perfection. In fact, it reaches to where the supporters are and even just touches one of the vehicles there, but thankfully it was gentle.
Yeah, indeed. The first bounce was on the hill and then it bounced off to hit one of the cars in the car park. Sweetly struck though, down on one knee.
It really was a majestic looking shot from the youngster.
And that black SUV got a little bit of a knock.
I hope that's not yours.
No.
Great.
Overall a very good over, but ruined by that 1-6 by Hrithwik. 11 gone, 69 for 2.
He's being introduced into the attack. Left arm seam of Abdullah. Just had a test delivery there. Did not release, so dead ball signal by the umpire.
Yeah, Abdullah Qadri is quite pacey. I'm surprised that he wasn't introduced earlier, but like I said, it's a dead rubber probably. But the teams, they want to give opportunities to some of the players in the squad that they hadn't played earlier. Abdullah will bowl short of a length. He has a liking to bowl short. We saw that in one of the earlier games yesterday.
Yeah, no difficulty with that once he has the pace to trouble the batsman, because if he does not, then dropping short might be a cardinal sin with the mood that 𝗏𝗏𝗃 is in at the moment. It's taken over from Abhinav in terms of leading the run scoring. 31 from 22 now. And Abhinav still there plodding along, 32 from 29.
Wow, what a shot! Fielder was trying to get a hand to it, but it was just a mere flick. Incredible stroke and timing.
And just as we mentioned, those short of a length deliveries, if you don't have the pace to trouble the batsman, you should not be bowling there, because it was very easy for 𝗏𝗃 to just flick that ball. As you can see, actually played that off the front foot as well. Very, very stylish indeed, and good use of the wrists.
The good looking shot. An overthrow conceded. I don't think the fielder had a chance from that far out. The batters weren't going anywhere.
I'm not too sure why he threw the ball at the wickets either, because it seemed as if batsmen were going to be comfortably home, but another run added to the total.
Earlier in the game, we were rooting for Vivek to get to his 50. Now these two have a realistic chance of getting to 50. 𝗏𝗃 on 38. Abhinav, who came to bat earlier, has been outscored by 𝗏𝗃. Abhinav is on 32. General standard and ground fielding has been good. Real good energy from both the sides. Even at this late stage, you see, they're giving it their all. This is very good to see.
The beauty of youth. I'm sure back in the day, if you were out there yourself, would have seen wickets flying and seen balls being hit over the boundary rope quite easily.
He used to love fielding, and it makes it a lot easier for you if you love it, and you tend to get a bit better at it as well. 12 gone, 77 for 2.
Swept away in this backward of square. See the keeper giving chase and umpire just waiting to give the signal. I'm not sure if he's just waiting for confirmation from the fielder, but I think it clearly went to the rope, and now we're seeing them signaling 4 runs.
Yeah, but both the batters were in no doubt because they were staying together at one end. So they knew the umpire signal finally came.
It's just 17 required at this stage. 𝗏𝗏 on 42. Should be looking to get his 50 once possible. And badly lined delivery. Signal away by the umpire.
Inching closer to that winning target of 98. Just 16 more needed.
Again swept away into the leg side. Looking for 2, but sent back by Abhinav. No real need for unnecessary risk at this stage.
Yeah, not at all. Not at all. They're in complete control. Chance, like I said, probably Abhinav won't get an opportunity to get to a 50, only with 15 needed. But 𝗏𝗏 can. Abhinav can spoil the party for him as well. If don't want to run out at this stage.
Yeah, most certainly they wouldn't want to run out at this stage. Can't take anything for granted. Both batsmen set. Ideally, they should finish and bring this game home without losing any other wickets. Flighted onto the pads and just neatly dabbed away for a single again. So you've not really seen any threats from the bowling team in terms of giving the batsman difficulties. 1 or 2 deliveries might have turned a bit extra, but apart from that, no real pressure being placed on these batsmen. Just able to stroke the ball comfortably.
Was short but struck very, very hard past Rishi Pandey. Technically, maybe half a chance, but realistically, it went past before he could react.
Yeah, powerfully struck indeed. And 𝗏𝗏 is looking very well set here to bring his team home to victory. 85 for 2 after 13.
That kept low from Qadri. It's 13 to go for the Raiders Demons to just collect a consolation win.
Certainly would do well for their confidence just to have that win factor. Granted, it would not do much in terms of the playoffs that are about to commence from tomorrow.
It's the second time he's done that, Abdullah Qadri.
I'm wondering if he's just come out here to get some cardio in.
Yeah, you would think so much effort to run from that far, gather the sprint, and then not to bowl.
Made a sort of remonstration towards the stumps as if he saw the batsman leaving his crease, but even self, I think he'd be better minded to just try and bowl in the right areas. instead of looking for any mancade at this stage.
Well, there's really nothing much to gain from it. As we see another leg by, that will make it a little harder for 𝗏𝗧 to get to that 50. Though 12 needed, but Abhinav can really finish the deal with 2 big strikes. They both will finish on 44 and 45 not out respectively if that happens. I doubt it though.
Key in a wide delivery.
Nothing much coming off the bat in this over for the Raiders. Looks like Abhinav has put his head down. He's really enjoying his knock. He's in complete control. He's enjoying his knock.
Very much so. I think this is reaching towards a sort of stalemate situation where the batsmen are just happy to play the ball and not really looking to push the run scoring. Take the opportunity out there in the middle, maximize the match experience. As you both know, you can practice how many times a day, but nothing beats actual match experience out in the middle.
Chinchu with a little fumble will allow an extra run. 2 more will be added to the total as the umpire signals a wide. Yeah, the other benefit is also that this is live streamed, this game, so you'll be on the broadcast. You remain on the screen for as long as you want to because the match seems to be in complete control. Net run rates really don't matter. So why not just have a hit in the middle?
Of course, and then these youngsters, thanks to modern technology, they're able to go back and review their innings, even compile little highlight reels and use that to forward their own career in terms of seeking opportunities in any of the franchise tournaments on display. Short and cut away into the offside of the fielders there at the cover.
Oh yes. It's been a sensational run out in field 1. Wow, what a piece of fielding. Tumbling stop and then hit the stumps direct. Ramiz Raja Jr. it looks like it, who was the casualty. Edge! Oh, did I hear an edge?
I heard the same thing that you heard. But I'm wondering how no one else on the team went up. There was a certain noise as the ball passed the bat.
I was just waiting for the collection to be completed by Chinchu. Have a close look again.
I think there was a clear deviation as the ball passed the bat.
Yeah, and a couple of fumbles. No one went up from the fielding side. Wow.
That one really has me a bit shocked. I'm trying to figure out.
I called it instantly, like
we heard it from all the way in the commentary booth. And even the replay, you could have seen the clear deviation. The ball passed very, very close to the bat and did move away after, so...
Strange, very strange. 14 done, 90 for 2, only 8 needed. And 𝗏𝗧 can finish this in a hurry and get to his 50 as well. He needs 5 and his team needs 8. 𝗂𝗶𝗱𝗃 with the ball. This is a massive strike. Watch out! The ball has just landed over the head of Gustavo.
Gustavo has to be careful out there.
Wow, what a strike that was. I told you Hrithik is big and strong, and he really muscled that. You have to say it was right in the slot, and it went.
Yeah, just a couple steps down the pitch, and a real heave at that one. I see the brilliant sunshine in the background as well.
That's very good ball follow too.
Of course,
excellent work.
That in fact brings up the 50 for 𝗃𝗚𝗃. 51 from 33. Just 2 runs needed for victory. I'm sure he'd want to get it in this over. Excellent innings from the captain, leading his team to this victory. And also mention must be made of Abhinav. A much more patient innings from him, but still was quite composed and able to stay the team home alongside with his captain. It's driven nicely down the ground for a single. Scores a level.
Very good display from the Raiders demon with the ball in the field and now with the bat. Hrithik Behera was very good with the ball as well, probably the prime contender for the Player of the Match award, and he's made sure he remains unbeaten as well. Boost up that average if Abhinav is able to score 1 run in the remaining 2 deliveries rather.
Punch into the leg side, didn't get a connection, but an opportunity for a run. Just 1 delivery left in this over. Waiting to see if they will complete the victory in this over, whether they will be required to start another.
That's the winning run. Throw is to the non-striker end, but Abhinav got in safely, and the target of 98 had been reached inside 15 overs. Raiders Demon, really good value for the victory and 2 points here. They will finish their Atlanta Open T20 campaign for 2024 with a win and a very comprehensive performance.
Yes, indeed. The captain leading from the front with bat and ball, and the Raiders Demons winning by 8 wickets in this encounter. So we definitely have had an exciting 3 days of cricket here at the 𝗵𝗃 Sports Complex, in which the group stage is now complete, and we definitely look forward to you joining us in the live coverage from tomorrow, where the knockout stages will be proceeding as we head up to that exciting final day on Sunday. So from all of us here at Cricket 360 and 360 TV at the Atlanta Open T20 2024, we'd like to thank you for staying with us and look forward to joining you again tomorrow.